Hello, folks. This is Ray Gessner with another episode of Soot to Success. It is January 16th, and this is episode 9. On the show today, I've got Portland, his Fireplace and Chimney, and Lewis. Hey, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Hey, tell me about your company.
My company is second generation, well, kind of second generation. I started working originally under my father's wing since I was just a little kid passing out flyers. That's probably 14 years old. And I worked for him until I was about 23 years old. And one day I asked him, Dad, so what's the plan for, giving me the business or, transferring over? And he looked at me and he said, I will never give you my business. And I said, what? Why? And he said, because if I gave you my business, you would never know what it's actually worth. And you need to go and build your own. So that point forward, I started building my own. I had an old Ford E350 van with like 400,000 miles on it, and I started passing out flyers again, basically just mimicking everything that he showed me. And every year after that, I added another truck and another truck. And then I started to do a lot more than my parents. So they typically would just do masonry repairs and masonry construction. But as I got more into the business and got national certifications and things like that, I started getting in touch with hearth manufacturers and learning all about all the different types of fireplace systems, wood and gas and pellet. And because in my area, it seemed like my customers wanted more. They wanted to work with somebody who could just, say yes to everything. Can you do this? Yes. So over the years, I've built my company in that way, so that I could always say yes, no matter what the customer's request was. So, can you do tile? Yes. Can you do gas? Yes. Can you, repair the masonry? Yes. And that's really the thing that separates me from all the other service providers in my area. And it keeps every job interesting. It's never the same. It's always similar, but different. And it's been really, really good. We just had one of our most profitable years ever, and the future is looking really bright. We have a plan to build a warehouse and a showroom to take our services and our presence to the next level. And it's going to be
great.
fun.
How do your parents feel about how well you've done so far?
Well, my parents are very proud. I've always been kind of an active member in the local guild, and my dad was the vice president of the guild when I initially came in and got certified, and he is very, very pleased with where I've taken things. Now I'm the president of the local guild, and I give back. I give back to all the companies in the area, providing classes and ongoing education at conventions. And my mom, she's super happy. She's pretty much retired, because if any time any one of her guys needs any help, I act as I'm part of their company still. So a lot of times there's technical training or different little things, sales techniques that they need help with, and I'm just an open book. I just tell them exactly how I would do it, what I've learned, and that's what I love about the chimney trade. Is it seems like everybody's willing to share their secrets, so that everybody can benefit from that success. And I think it's because we all share similar pains. It seems like every busy season, every chimney company is understaffed because so many people call, and you just get to the point where you just you can't do any more appointments in one day. So we always, I guess that's what I've learned, is we always try and share our tricks to make our businesses more efficient, whether you're, doing an install or you're trying to scale your company to the next level.
You're in Portland, Oregon, right?
Yep, Portland, Oregon. We serve dual states, so Oregon and Washington, and we travel about 50 miles in both directions, and then we have kind of the Cascade Range, which is Mount Hood is the big mountain where there's a lot of cabins and fireplaces, and then we're just about an hour and a half from the coast, Seaside, Oregon, and the coastline. So we travel a long distance, and we do, a lot of relines and restorations and conversions.
Nice. So I have an AI program that we put on our podcast, and it's kind of like it's Website Fight Club. And so today, I think I'm going to load in your website, and I'm going to load in a website called chimneysweeps.com. And chimneysweeps.com is my website that has like a directory of chimney sweeps nationwide. And if they put in their zip code, it matches them up. If they call 833 Chimney, they can put it in their area, and it'll call their phone number. So it's pretty neat. Anyways, let's go put it in.
All right, ready to get into chimneys. Not climbing up them, of course. Today, we're going deep on chimney services. And to help us, we've got two sources, chimneysweeps.com. Okay. They're a big national network. And Portland Fireplace and Chimney, a local company.
Right here in the city.
Exactly. And this is for those who already know the basics of, fireplaces and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're going beyond Chimney 101 today.
I think what's really fascinating is how these two sources represent different approaches to the industry.
Right.
Chimneysweeps.com was founded by Ray Gessner.
Okay.
And he's a civil engineer, has a master's degree. And they take this really tech-forward approach.
Whoa, wow.
Like they've developed their own software that uses drone footage of chimneys to like analyze them.
No kidding.
Find potential issues. It's like super detailed inspection, but from the sky.
Wow. That's way more advanced than I even thought about for chimneys.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like from his background being a civil engineer.
Could be, yeah.
But we've also got like, the hands-on experts.
Oh, yeah.
Portland Fireplace and Chimney, they seem to have a real mastery, especially with older homes.
Right, and that makes total sense. Portland's got so much architectural history. And their website talks about how they know all about historical preservation, using those traditional methods like matching mortar for repairs. You wouldn't even know there was a problem. They even have a team that specifically does firebox reconstruction.
Firebox reconstruction, that sounds pretty intense.
Yeah.
I like their tagline. It says, "When the power goes out, we keep families safe and warm."
Yeah.
They get it. The fireplace isn't just there to look pretty. It's a vital source of heat, especially if something happens, in an emergency.
Exactly, yeah. And that brings up, safety. Both companies talk about regular inspections and cleaning, of course.
Right.
But Portland Fireplace and Chimney really, really stresses the dangers of carbon monoxide. They call it the silent killer. They even have detectors for carbon monoxide that are made for fireplaces.
Yeah.
I didn't even know those existed.
That's a really good reminder, because even if you think your fireplace is okay, there could be like hidden dangers. Right. It's not just about sweeping out the soot. So how do these two companies stack up when it comes to those problems,
Okay.
Catching them before they get really bad.
Well, chimneysweeps.com seems to be all about the tech. They offer those thermal imaging inspections.
Okay.
That can actually detect heat loss and if there's any hidden moisture.
Really?
Which could mean there's a leak or structural damage. It's all about preventing problems. Very data-driven.
So high tech on one side. What about Portland Fireplace and Chimney?
Yeah.
They mentioned this holistic approach, but what does that even mean practically?
It looks like it's this blend of old school skills and being preventative. They look at everything, not just the basic inspection. Things like loose flashing, the metal part, cracks in the masonry, even how your chimney cap is doing. And They also teach their clients, like, about what kind of wood to burn and how to burn it right.
Oh, interesting.
So that you don't get a lot of creosote buildup. That's what causes most chimney fires.
So it's not just fixing problems, it's like teaching you to avoid them in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. Sounds a little more hands-on and personal than just the high-tech way, like chimneysweeps.com.
Yeah, it does. And speaking of personalized, Portland Fireplace and Chimney actually has this whole part of their website about understanding your fireplace.
Oh, okay.
They get into the details of different fireplace types and what fuels them, and then give advice for each one.
Yeah.
Clearly, their customers are the kind of folks who really want to know how their fireplace works.
Wow, the detail. They even tell you how to pick the right firewood. I bet most people don't even think about that.
I know, right? They get it. Educated clients are safer clients.
Yeah.
They even debunk common myths.
Yeah.
Like that you can just use chemical cleaners instead of professional.
That's what I've always wondered about.
Yeah.
Because chemical cleaners seem so easy, but I always had this feeling they weren't the best.
They can actually do more harm. Portland Fireplace and Chimney says those chemicals can ruin the metal parts of your fireplace.
Oh, no.
And they might hide problems that really need a professional to fix.
It's like putting a Band-Aid on a broken bone.
Right, exactly.
Might look okay, but the problem's still there. So both companies are big on safety, but in different ways.
Yeah.
Chimneysweeps.com uses all the technology to find potential issues. And Portland Fireplace and Chimney, they use traditional methods and teach their clients.
Yeah, that's a good point. It really shows how the industry is changing with new technology.
Yeah.
But those old school skills and knowledge, they're still so important.
Yeah.
Especially for people who really value that, the craftsmanship of a fireplace.
Yeah, I like seeing both sides of the industry represented in our sources. Chimneysweeps.com with the cutting edge and Portland Fireplace, and Chimney a little more old school but with that personalized service.
Makes you think, which one's more your style?
Something to ponder as we keep going deeper.
We'll be back soon to see what else makes these companies stand out. Welcome back.
We're back in the chimney game.
Picking up where we left off.
Looking at chimneysweeps.com and Portland Fireplace and Chimney.
We were talking about how different they are.
Yeah, their approaches.
One's all tech-driven, the other's more holistic.
Now let's talk about a problem they both deal with.
Okay.
Leaky chimneys.
Oh, yeah, everyone's nightmare.
Chimneysweeps.com says the chimney crown is super important.
That's the top part, right? Gets all the weather.
They actually have this 3D model on their website.
Oh, cool.
It shows how water gets in the cracks and messes up the bricks.
Makes sense.
So they use this sealant, makes a waterproof barrier.
Like a raincoat for your chimney?
Exactly. And they even offer a 5-year warranty on the repair.
I must be pretty confident in it then.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Portland Fireplace and Chimney, they've got a whole system.
Multifaceted.
Yeah, they really emphasize the flashing.
That's the metal part between the chimney and the roof.
Right, and they use thicker flashing than most companies.
Well, it lasts longer.
That's what they say.
Interesting.
But they also say leaks can come from inside.
Oh, really?
Like from the fireplace itself.
Huh. I never thought of that.
If there are cracks in the firebox, or the mortar's bad.
Water could get in.
Yep, right into the chimney structure.
They must have special ways of sealing that up.
They do. They talk about their techniques for fixing those inside leaks.
So both companies know that leaks are tricky.
Right, and they can come from different places.
You got to figure out the root cause.
Exactly. Thorough inspection first, then you fix it.
Now, for something else important, chimney liners.
Oh, yeah, those are key.
For safety and efficiency, but not all chimneys have them.
True.
Chimneysweeps.com has all kinds of liner options.
Like what?
Stainless steel, clay tile. And they have this chart online, helps you pick the right one.
Based on what?
Your fireplace, what kind of fuel you use.
Makes it easy.
Yep. Portland Fireplace and Chimney, they're the pros for older homes.
Makes sense, those old houses.
Lots of weird chimney shapes and sizes.
Gotta have expertise for that.
They really stress how important the liner size is.
Why is that?
For the draft and to get the smoke out properly.
Oh, right, of course.
They even use a special camera to check the liner after it's installed.
Wow. Serious attention to detail.
Let's move on to something a little prettier now.
Okay, what's that?
Fireplace designs and remodeling.
Ooh, now we're talking.
Portland Fireplace and Chimney are the stars here.
I bet. They do beautiful work.
Their website has these amazing before and after pictures.
I love those.
They can do it all. Make an old fireplace look modern or build a whole custom one.
That sounds awesome.
They even do the mantles and built-in shelves.
So it's all complete?
It's like they're not just chimney people, they're designers too. I was really impressed with what they did with those historic homes.
They do a lot of those, don't they?
They really know how to keep the old charm, but add in modern stuff.
Best of both worlds.
Like they can make your wood fireplace gas, but keep the old look.
Wow, that's clever.
Now, chimneysweeps.com, they're more about the technical side of things.
Right.
They have those energy-efficient inserts to save on heating costs.
All right.
And they've got some modern gas fireplaces, very sleek.
I can picture them.
But what they're really into is the technology.
Like what?
They have these systems. You control your fireplace with your phone.
No way, seriously.
You can change the temperature, set timers, even turn it on and off remotely.
That is impressive.
It's like they're bringing fireplaces into the future.
Totally different from Portland Fireplace and Chimney.
Right. They're all about the traditional craftsmanship.
It's interesting. They target different people.
Yeah. Chimneysweeps.com is for the tech-savvy homeowner.
Who wants it easy and efficient.
Exactly. And Portland Fireplace and Chimney.
For the people who appreciate that artistry, the history.
Like choosing between a Tesla and a classic Rolls-Royce.
Great analogy.
Both are awesome. Just depends what you like.
So we covered a lot. Leaks, liners, designs.
What stood out to you?
I think it's amazing how specialized both companies are.
Yeah, they're not just doing a little bit of everything.
They each have their strengths.
Real experts in their areas.
And they're both committed to doing high-quality work.
That's what matters in the end.
Now we're going to look at the people behind these companies.
The human side.
Customer stories, community involvement, all that.
Stay tuned for our final Chimney deep dive. So we've looked at all the tech stuff and the practical stuff with chimneys, but what about the people?
Yeah, the human side of it all.
Who are these companies, really, and what do their customers actually think?
Let's start with chimneysweeps.com.
Okay.
Their About Us page is all about how they train their technicians.
Makes sense.
Certifications, keeping them up to date.
Yeah, with all that new tech they use.
Exactly.
But it's still, people dealing with people.
Yeah.
Do they have anything from customers that show that side of the business?
They do, actually.
Oh, good.
They have reviews on their website.
Okay.
And there's one, it's from someone who had a really tough chimney situation.
Oh, no.
They said the technician was, so patient.
Oh, that's good.
And really thorough. And they loved that the company explained everything.
Oh, nice.
The problem, how they were going to fix it, all the details.
That's great, even for a tech company.
Yeah.
They still get that personal touch is important.
It can be stressful when something's wrong with your chimney.
Exactly. You want to feel like they know what they're doing.
And that you can trust them.
Speaking of trust, let's talk about Portland Fireplace and Chimney.
Okay.
They really highlight being local.
Yeah, all about the Portland community.
They even have a blog post about some charity work they do.
No.
Helping families who need home repairs.
That's awesome.
They're not just about making money, they're giving back.
Yeah.
That's a good look.
And it builds that trust with customers.
Definitely.
Which you don't always get with these kinds of services.
True.
What about their customer reviews?
A lot of them mention how friendly the technicians are.
Oh, nice.
Like you'd want them in your home.
Yeah.
Well, Preston even said the technician felt like family by the end.
Wow. That's a high compliment.
Right?
Sounds like they're professional, but also genuinely nice people.
Yeah, that's a good balance to strike.
And it all comes from the owner, Louis Lee.
Mm-hmm.
He's all about Portland.
Yeah, he's a local guy.
His bio says he used to help his grandpa with masonry.
Ah, that's sweet.
And he got this passion for it. And then after a whole career in finance,
Really?
he came back to his roots.
Wow, what a story.
And started Portland Fireplace and Chimney.
Following his dream.
Yeah, and using his skills
to
help his community.
There's something about that, It makes the company feel more real.
Authentic.
Yeah, customers pick up on that.
They like knowing the owner is involved and that he cares about the quality.
It's more than just hiring someone to fix something.
Exactly. It's about trust.
So both companies, even though they do things differently, they still get that people matter.
The human element.
Chimneysweeps.com with their training and communication, and Portland Fireplace and Chimney with their community stuff and the owner's story.
It's like even with all the tech in the world, we still need that connection, that feeling that we can trust someone.
Those little personal things can make a big difference.
For sure.
Well, this has been quite a journey.
We've gone from drones to heartwarming stories.
From high-tech to family and community.
The world of chimneys is more interesting than I thought.
Me too. It makes you appreciate all the work that goes into those fireplaces.
Yeah, keeping them safe and working.
So next time you're cozy by the fire, think about all the people who made it possible.
The technicians, the owners, everyone.
It's more than just flames. It's a whole world of skill and hard work.
That's a great way to put it.
Well, thanks for joining us on this chimney deep dive.
It's been fun.
We'll be back soon with another fascinating topic.
All right, we're back.
Well, that was amazing. I couldn't believe how real that felt. It was just like the AI just scrubbed both websites and created such an amazing interview style radio segment. That was amazing.
I liked how it talked about your background, how you were, I think you were in college, it said something like that, and you went and took from your college training to the chimney business. Is that right?
Yeah, so I played college basketball at a very high level. I went to Portland State University, and we played in the NCAA tournament both years. And the coaching and the leadership and just the work ethic that you learn in the high-level competition, I definitely carried over into my professional career. It's definitely given me an edge as, you know, I compare myself to my peers who hadn't been in athletics. It's amazing how much more I can give just in terms of facing discomfort, pushing through pain, you know, finding the answer. A lot of times in the chimney business, there's very difficult problems to solve, and I just stay focused until I solve it. And a lot of that comes from the work ethic and the experience of pushing through pain at that collegiate basketball experience, that high-level competitive environment.
I read a book recently called Quantum Physics for Hippies. And what it talks about is that quantum physics, it has a Schrodinger cat equation. In other words, that the cat is half alive or half dead. And it can be both at the same time. It's wave-particle duality type of stuff that so something can act like a wave and it can act like a particle at the same time. But if you don't observe it, then it'll be a wave and it can do extraordinary things. But this book, it talked about a positive mindset. And so if you say to yourself, I can do this, if you say, I'm going to win, I think J.J. McCartney from Michigan, he was in the end zone kind of meditating, envisioning himself holding up the national championship trophy before the game happened. He envisioned him winning it, and then he played the game and won. So, yes, definitely.
Yep, that's exactly right. It reminds me of a good saying from a book written by Napoleon Hill called Think and Grow Rich. And it goes, first you have to think it, then you have to believe it, and then you can achieve it.
Nice.
I wouldn't be where I'm at if I couldn't visualize, you know, what I wanted in the future and how to execute.
Well, I've heard a lot of good things about your company, and I wanted to have you on the show because there's a lot of people on the West Coast who know you and like the type of work you are, and they want to put a voice to the name at least. So I do appreciate you coming on the show.
I'm happy to be on the show, and I'm definitely always willing to help other sweeps. I would encourage all of them to attend our Oregon Chimney Sweeps Association conference, which is one of the largest conferences on the West Coast. Last year we had over 100 people attend, and it's like a mini NCSG convention. So we did like hands-on masonry construction, roofing, and masonry flashing classes. And we even had Chris Pryor out showing us all about his Pryor fire system. So, yeah.
I have a video of Chris Pryor probably, I think, 15 years ago. He went to my personal house in Alexandria, Virginia, and we tore out the fireplace and put in a Rumford-style Pryor fire that he did. It was one of his first ones I think he did, and we filmed it.
I've seen that video. That's so cool. I love seeing that, like how, you know, just so many years ago, the youth of Chris Pryor. I just thought it was so cool.
It's interesting on that video. It's my house, and I'm not even on the video because I was the one filming it.
Yeah, you too. Hey, I'm just curious. Do you ever do any consulting work? Say I have a customer who's battling, you know, an insurance company, and they're just getting denied. Do you ever do any like letters as a specialist for
here's how it works.
Engineering?
So I'm licensed in 8 states, and I can get licensed in other states. The problem is that it's kind of like applying for a contractor's license.
Right.
You got to fill out a bunch of paperwork, and you do all that other stuff. I'm licensed like in New York, Massachusetts, North Carolina, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Virginia, Florida, Georgia, things like that. But here's how it would work. I can do video inspections. So let's say a technician has a house that was struck by lightning, or a house that was is wind damaged. So I can have them do a FaceTime video, and I instruct them where to go, and they take pictures as I instruct them to take pictures, and then we diagnose all the problems of the chimney. I take all the pictures, all the information, I load it up into an engineering report. It's usually a good 20-page report. I'll document all the photos, I'll write an opinion and put my engineering seal on it and email it to the client. The client then goes and sends it to the insurance company, and then the insurance company has 2 choices then. They can either say, hey, this is a nice written report, hey, we're sorry, here's your money. Or they can say, no, let's hire another engineer who will go and say the opposite. And then what happens is usually engineers are pretty ethical. I mean, if they see something and they see it's a well-written report, and they say, hey, you know what, this guy's got a point, I'm not going to say anything different. He seems like he's right. Or they can say something different, and it's kind of like Fight Club. So what happened to my last one is that it was about to go to court. But I wrote up such a good engineering report, and then I countered his engineering report, and then the attorneys that kind of got coached on what to ask the other engineer, and the other engineer just folded up like accordion. And so the other insurance company had settled for $500,000. So
amazing.
It was pretty nice.
It's all about who you know, Ray.
Oh, well, if you get a lot of them, maybe I'll get my Oregon PE license out there.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay, buddy. Hey, thank you so much, by the way, and God bless you, and good luck.
God bless. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.